That's right. Might have an athleticism edge on him, I don't know. Okay, so here we go. We got a big matchup coming up. Excited about it because these guys are so good. They've got some stuff that they're working through as well. But what a great matchup for us. And it's the kind of matchup that you got to have if you're going to do anything with the season. You got to play teams that are like this. And so we'll look forward to seeing the Browns come in and see if we can get ready for another big night or a big day at Lumen. So we're looking forward to all that. It's a little bit of a bright time for us in that there's a number of guys that come back to practice, and we've been kind of waiting and hoping that we're going to get a little bit of lift, and we may feel that. It felt like it just going through the walkthrough just to see some guys that have been on the sidelines for a while. So we'll be excited to see them go to practice and see if they can make it through and have a chance to help us here soon. So that's a real positive for us right now.
Was Abe one of those guys?
No. Come on, man.
What can you tell us about maybe bringing back Frank Clark?
Yeah, well, with Chenna is going to get surgery, and so that will be a season ending for him. And there's a spot there that we had a shot with Frank and having background history with him. It's a natural spot for him to play with us and see if he can get in the rotation and help us out. We'll see how it goes.
Did you guys work him out?
No.
What did you see from Frank on film from earlier this season?
He knows exactly the position that we're asking him to play. We think the transition to fit in to the spot, playing outside backer spot and rushing in the 4-3 stuff, it just fits naturally. His experience is important with such a young group of guys that he's with now. So I'm hoping that we'll all fit together well.
How much carryover is there from what he did when he was with you guys the first time?
It's very similar, and Clint feels really comfortable about being able to make this a really quick transition to get him in position to play, and then we'll see how he does. And we're excited for him to get a chance to come back. He's really looking forward to it. So we'll try to make this work out.
What did you appreciate about Frank the player during his time here with you?
He's energetic, nature. He's really a terrific effort guy, explosive, big play. Brought a lot of juice, to the club and all. So I mean, there's a lot of positive things that we have that we got to make sure he comes back and I know he's all fired up and ready and all that. But we're remembering the good stuff and want to make sure that he has a chance to help us.
You know him better than anybody in the NFL. What kind of, I don't know if pride's the right word, but satisfaction that you take that you took a chance on him and he's become what he's become now, age 30, still in the league and what he's done?
Yeah, Frank grew up with us, and it was a good process to see him come into the league and come into being a young man, and we had him for a lot of years there, and it's rewarding. He goes and wins a world championship at a place and has a lot of success and does good stuff, and then we get a chance to get him on the other end of his career to see if he can come help us out some. It's a good thing. It's a really positive thing.
It had been reported maybe he was going to go back to Kansas City. Did you guys have to make a quick move to kind of convince him to come back?
John did a good job to make sure that we got him and got it done. Yeah.
What kind of growth have you seen out of Stone Forsythe this year? It makes you comfortable having him out there for extended periods?
He really is a veteran now. He's a veteran football player, in terms of his evaluation of what's going on, his ability to put himself in good positions and understand the edges that he needs to take, on players and all of that growth stuff that's gone through, the process of getting to here. He did a really nice job last week. I was really fired up that he just jumped in there for us and on the right side. He's played some there, and we've seen him, but this is the best he's been. So really, really grateful that he could come through.
Do you expect Frank to be able to play against Cleveland?
Yes. He needs to get here. He's not here yet, but I'm thinking that.
DK Metcalf, will he practice today or what's?
Yes, he's ready to go. We'll see. We'll limit him, but he's going to be out there.
When you look at Cleveland's defense, obviously the numbers are really solid. What jumped out about that?
Oh man, they're aggressive. We've been around Jim Schwartz for a long time, and it's his scheme and style and the nature that he coaches into these guys. Very aggressive up front. on the attack. The focus is the front four, but their backers are really aggressive as well. So there's a whole, philosophy that we recognize because we've seen Jim for years.
Miles Garrett in particular, I mean, he's about as good as.
About as good as you can get. He's a fantastic player.
Who does Garrett remind you of as a pass rusher mold?
The first thought I had was Bruce Smith. That was a long ways back, but I mean, he's as good as guys get. And he's in the top of a couple guys, the elite guys in the league. So anybody from any of the time in the history that are the edge rushers. There's some, I go way back. You don't want to hear those old names.
How's Phil Haynes? Was he able to go through the walkthrough?
No.
Pete, going back to Miles Garrett.
You're on roll here. I'm not practicing it today either, in case you're wondering.
Go back to Miles Garrett. With a player like that, I mean, is it about stopping him, or is it more about neutralizing him?
No, you got to know where he is, because he's so apt to turn a situation around just in a normal play, So you have to be very aware of it, and that means it's part of the game plan. It's part of the technical side of it for the guys up front. He deserves a lot of attention.
You've already ruled out Deshaun Watson for this week. What have you seen from P.J. Walker?
He wins, won the 49er game, hung in this game against Indy, and all the way to the very end to come up with enough plays to get the win, and they scored 39 points, in the game too. And I mean, those are two big wins for him. So he's coming in with confidence, I'm sure, and he's an active, mobile guy that can make things happen. So. Similar in style from Deshaun.
Is Kenny McIntosh in the walkthrough today?
Kenny's going today. Yeah, glad you brought that up. We're really excited about that.
He's been out since mid-August.
It's like a brand new toy, really. Just seeing him in the walkthrough just a bit ago, just to get him back with us. He's been hanging for such a long time that it's that's what I'm saying. That's one of the guys that uplifts us that he's coming back out there.
In Austin, how can he help you?
Well, we'll find out. He had one play with us, and he got hurt. Seriously, he had one play, and so I don't know. We had high hopes for him being a factor inside, and help us in the three technique, one technique spots. So we'll see.
Anybody else other than McIntosh and Austin who are returning to practice today in DK?
Yeah. You'll see Jason Peters will go with the ability to play in the game. He could play. D. Eskridge is going to be out there today. Be fun to get him back. Evan will be back at practice today. DK, of course, coming back. So it's a good group of guys, returning to, give us a shot that they can make it. It's as I always tell you, it's one day at a time. We got to wait and see what happens tomorrow after they go out today. But the hopes are that these guys can have a chance to help us. So we'll see what happens.
With D, has he been doing a lot in his absence to be prepared for this?
Yes, he has been working extensively with the trainers as they can work him, by the rules and all that. He's gone where he is doing like weeks of practice mode where he gets as many reps as the guys get in practice, so that he's ready to go. So we don't have to acclimate him as much as some of the guys coming off injuries. So he's ready to roll, and we'll see what happens.
The roster exemption, you said that goes until next Monday? Is that
I didn't say that.
You said you have up to a week.
to activate it?
No, you guys said that. I don't know. I don't even know what the rules are. He's got a week. That's why I know. He's fine. He's ready to go. So I don't know.
Saturday.
There you go. I see. There you go. Saturday.
Where does he ultimately fit in?
Think if I had just would have said, yeah, right there.
Where does he fit in for you now? Like, you've got Bobo, Jason, Tyler, DK, like...
He's a little different
where does
style
he
than the
find
guys.
ball?
He's got a different style that he brings, and very explosive football player. And again, we haven't seen a lot of them over the years, but what he has shown and what he showed in camp, when we saw him for a while, he looked like he was really ready to be a part of something, to make a spot for himself. So we're going to just see how it goes, see how it fits. We do know him and we understand him and all that, but he's got to show us what happens on the practice field all week long and see what happens for the game. He could possibly play.
Was Zach Charbonnet?
Yes. Yeah, you're on a roll.
DJ's become a pretty good returner for you. D obviously was doing that before. Could D kind of fit into that again?
Yeah, he could definitely help us there. I love what DJ's doing. I think he's doing a great job for us. He's given us a little bit different style of attack-oriented guy, which really fits our makeup anyway. DJ's made a spot for himself, But he does give us support that he could be back there also. talking about D. Eskridge.
Been a lot of fan excitement about the throwbacks for a long time. Excited to see those out there on Sunday.
Yeah. It's such a brilliant color, the blue. It's such a brilliant color that it's just different, and I don't know, it's just fun. We're just having fun with it. But one thing that we did talk about is, the idea is we're kind of repping the '90s teams of the '90s, and so we're going to carry that with us and try to, perform with the thought that we're trying to, connect the message, because those guys that played back then and that were all part of that whole image of what the Seahawks were all about, and the fans that liked it, it's a special moment to connect it. And it's crazy that it's just football, but it's fun, and so we're going to try to do a real good job with that.
Did you ever have any interactions with Chuck Bronx? Or Bronx Bronx?
Yeah, matter of fact, I did. Do you want to hear it? The Rams had a workout down at the Coliseum when I was coming out of college, and it was kind of a cattle call. It was like hundreds of guys showed up, and so I somehow got invited to go to the thing. I don't remember how it happened, but I had a good enough invitation, and I don't know how it connected, but with all the guys coming, I can remember standing in the ramp there at the Coliseum. They're all, it's hundreds of guys, and they had a special little deal. Coach wants to meet you, so they found me. I got a chance to shake hands with them and all that, whatever. So I was pretty fired up about it, and all that. And then I went out there and ran, and and had one chance. They had 8 lines of guys running routes, and I had one heavy-set guy who ran. I don't know where he came from, but ran. It must have been a tight end. He came running out and fell down right in front of me on the one route that I got for the whole day, and so I never heard from him again. So short-lived, but that's I got to shake his hand one time.
You ran a 40? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
What was the time?
I don't know that. I don't know what the answer is. I just know that it wasn't good enough for them to call me back. So I don't know. They didn't give us the times back in the day.
You coached a few games in the Kingdom, didn't you? As an assistant?
Yeah. It was rousing. Yeah, it seemed unfair. It was so loud in there, and it was hard. It was really hard.
Did the ball come to you on the one-on-one when the guy fell?
No, the guy didn't throw it. He fell down. He went up and fell down. And that was my shot. So.
Is Jason Peters practicing with the thought that he play at tackle?
I'm not telling you that. Okay. Sorry. He's going to practice with the chance that he can play.
Back to Clark, it's a little bit different defensive line than when he left here. Do you see him as an every down guy? Do you see him as a...
Right now, we're just bringing him in to be an edge rusher for us, and see if he can get in the 4-guy rotation that we've been having. We've really liked how that's worked out, and so we're going to see if we can maintain that. See how it goes, see how it fits together and what it looks like.
Where could Tyreek Smith fit into that?
He's in the competition for that too.
Anything else? Thank you.